The Sister Wives universe has always been a place of whispers, secrets, and betrayals, hidden behind carefully staged smiles. But there comes a moment when the mask slips and the truth bleeds through. For years, fans believed they had seen the full picture of Kody Brown and his 4 wives. But what Christine Brown finally revealed in her memoir opened a door into a darker world than anyone could have imagined. It was not only about a marriage crumbling or a woman leaving polygamy behind. It was about hidden pain, manipulation, and a feud with Meri Brown that has become one of the most explosive storylines in reality television history. The fight between Christine and Meri was never just about differences in personality. It was about power, about control, and about survival in a family that was never as united as it appeared on screen. Today, we are peeling back the curtain to reveal the story of how Meri branded Christine unsafe, how that accusation ripped the fragile family apart, and why the war between these 2 women may never end. The Brown family was built on the illusion of harmony. TLC cameras showed laughter around the dinner table, group vacations, and endless talk of faith, sacrifice, and unity. Yet behind those smiles, competition simmered. Each wife struggled for Kody's attention. Each one had to prove her worth, not only as a mother and homemaker, but as a partner who could handle the crushing demands of plural marriage. Meri, the first wife, believed she carried the burden of authority. She was the legal wife, the one who helped Kody set the rules, the one who demanded respect. Christine, however, was the opposite. She was warm, playful, and focused on raising her children in a loving environment. Fans adored Christine, but within the walls of the Brown homes, her style was seen as too relaxed, too carefree, and to Meri, it was downright dangerous. The tension began long before the cameras rolled. In private, Meri criticized Christine's parenting, accusing her of letting the children run wild. She told Kody that Christine encouraged disobedience, that she undermined the structure Meri tried to enforce. This was not just a clash of personalities, it was a war of philosophies. Meri wanted control. Christine wanted freedom. The children felt the divide, and so did Kody, but instead of resolving it, he allowed it to fester. By the time the show began, Meri already believed Christine was a threat to the family's order. That judgment only grew harsher as the years went by. The moment that broke everything was not dramatic on the surface. Christine has spoken about a day when her daughter Kelty was short 10 cents at a store, and the cashier kindly covered the difference. To Christine, it was nothing. To Meri, it was proof that Christine was failing as a mother. Meri allegedly scolded Kelty in a way that Christine could never forgive. What fans never saw was that the 10-cent incident was only the tip of an iceberg of resentment. Meri had been keeping score for years. She told friends that Christine was irresponsible, that she put the children in situations that were unsafe, that her casual attitude toward discipline endangered the entire household. When Christine discovered that Meri had been spreading those accusations behind her back, she cut ties. She did not just end a friendship, she declared war. Christine's memoir has only scratched the surface of this feud, but insiders claim the words Meri used were sharper than Christine has admitted publicly. Behind closed doors, Meri allegedly called Christine unsafe to be around the children. She supposedly warned Kody that Christine's influence would poison the younger siblings, that her ideas about freedom, self-expression, and independence would unravel the faith and discipline that polygamy demanded. It was not just criticism. It was character assassination. By labeling Christine unsafe, Meri was not only questioning her parenting. She was questioning her value as a wife, a mother, and a member of the family. That one word carried more weight than any argument. Christine, however, refused to be destroyed. Instead of shrinking back, she leaned into her role as the wife who loved openly, who laughed loudly, who encouraged her children to think for themselves. Fans watching the show could feel her authenticity and began to side with her, even as Meri appeared colder and more controlling. Yet, for every smile Christine showed on camera, there was bitterness brewing behind the scenes. She knew what Meri had said. She knew the damage that word unsafe could do. It stuck to her like a brand. It meant she could never fully trust Kody again, because he did not defend her. It meant she could never sit at the same table as Meri, without hearing that judgment in the back of her mind. As the years rolled on, the cracks widened. Christine and Meri stopped speaking. Their children picked up the tension, and soon the entire family was split into factions. Robyn, the fourth wife, aligned with Meri, believing that Christine was too rebellious. Janelle, on the other hand, leaned closer to Christine, finding her warmth more genuine. Kody tried to balance the storm but only made it worse. His favoritism toward Robyn left the others isolated, fueling Christine's decision to finally leave. But what fans did not see was that when Christine walked away from Kody, she was also walking away from years of character assassination at Meri's hands. She was reclaiming her name, shaking off the label unsafe once and for all. Even today, long after Christine has remarried and built a new life, the feud with Meri has not died. In interviews, Christine avoids speaking about Meri directly, but her silence speaks volumes. Meri, meanwhile, has given vague statements about toxic relationships, about the difficulty of living with people who do not share the same values. Insiders claim those statements are thinly veiled shots at Christine. The word unsafe still hangs in the air, a ghost that follows every conversation. Fans sense it too. Social media threads are filled with speculation about what Meri really said, about whether Christine will ever reveal the full truth in another book, about how deep the wounds between them go. What makes this feud so explosive is not just the personal drama, it is what it represents about the entire Brown family. If Meri could call Christine unsafe, what else has been said behind closed doors? What other betrayals have been hidden from the cameras? Fans are beginning to question whether the sister wives story has ever been truthful at all. Was the show a carefully curated illusion, designed to hide the venom that poisoned this family from the beginning? Or is the feud between Meri and Christine the ultimate truth, the key to understanding why the entire marriage system collapsed? The darkness of this story lies in how small moments reveal massive fractures. 10 cents at a store should never end a decades-long friendship. But in the Brown family, every coin carried weight, every word had power, and every secret carried the potential to destroy. Meri's choice to label Christine unsafe did more than insult her. It marked the beginning of the end. It showed Christine that she would never be respected in that household, that she would always be the target of whispers and accusations. And once Christine realized that, she began plotting her exit. The aftermath is still unfolding. Christine has found new happiness with David Woolley, but the shadow of her time with the Browns still lingers. Meri continues to reinvent herself online, presenting the image of independence, yet fans see the bitterness in her eyes. The two women have not spoken in years, and the silence is louder than any argument. It tells us that the wound never healed. It tells us that the feud is permanent. And it tells us that in the world of sister wives, the greatest battles are not fought between husband and wife, but between the wives themselves, where loyalty, control, and survival are always on the line. So as fans prepare for another season of Revelations, one question looms larger than any other. What other secrets have been buried in this family, and how much darker can the truth get? Christine and Meri may never sit in the same room again, but their feud defines the story of sister wives more than any marriage ever could. It is the hidden war, the shadow narrative, the one thing the cameras could never fully capture. And when Meri branded Christine unsafe, she did more than insult her rival. She ignited a fire that still burns to this day. The Brown family may move forward, the show may continue, and new scandals may emerge, but nothing will erase the damage done by that one word: unsafe. It was a label, a weapon, and ultimately a prophecy. Because in the end, it was not Christine who proved unsafe for the family. It was the secrets, the lies, and the betrayals that tore them apart. And that is the truth sister wives never wanted you to see.